Welcome in, everyone. I hope you guys are doing great wherever you're watching from today. We have some insane footage of American commandos, American military members, and Coast Guard members storming a Venezuelan/Iranian oil tanker that is now under American control following its seizure on Wednesday. I'm filming this on Thursday, December 11th. This situation is what can only be described as the opening act of the war against Venezuela, as the Trump administration has now blockaded and cut off Venezuela's ability to export oil or get anything into the country. Of course, that would then starve the Nicolás Maduro regime into submission and surrender and would likely lead to him fleeing the country. So we have the footage of it. I'm going to show it to you before we get into it. As always, please make sure to like and subscribe. Totally free. Cost you guys nothing. Huge boost to the channel. Comment with your thoughts below. What do you think about the video of them storming the Venezuelan and Iranian tanker? Kind of a weird situation, but that's how these countries operate outside of sanctions. Let me know your thoughts on the video in the comments below. Hit the bell, all notifications turned on. You won't miss a thing. And then right here, Instagram, David_Hookstead, X, Hookstead. That's where you can find me on social media. Please give me a follow. DMs are wide open for whatever you need. Now, let's get into it. President Trump stunned the country on Wednesday when he announced that we had seized the biggest oil tanker in the history of oil tankers that have been seized right off the coast of Venezuela. People have been asking for action. They were asking, when are we finally going to do something against Venezuela? We have this huge military buildup. When will the bombs or anything actually happen? Well, the answer to that, outside the drug boat strikes, turned out to be Wednesday, December 10th. Again, I'm filming this on Thursday, December 11th. They announced that we had seized this oil vessel, and that is a clear indication that we are now ramping up our efforts against the Maduro regime. Then a couple hours after that, Attorney General Pam Bondi released video footage. I'm going to throw that up on the screen for you. Released video footage of the seizure and wrote on X, today, the Federal Bureau of Investigation, Homeland Security Investigations in the United States Coast Guard, with support from the Department of War, executed a seizure warrant for a crude oil tanker used to transport sanctioned oil from Venezuela and Iran. For multiple years, the oil tanker has been sanctioned by the United States due to its involvement in illicit oil shipping network supporting foreign terrorist organizations. This seizure, completed off the coast of Venezuela, was conducted safely, securely, in our investigation alongside the Department of Homeland Security to prevent the transport of the sanctioned oil continues. So I'm going to rewind this. Let's watch this footage here. It is absolutely incredible. So right here, what you see here at the start of the video on your screen is you see helicopters coming in. That is the oil tanker right there off the coast of Venezuela. You got a Black Hawk coming in right there. They're throwing the ropes. They're rope propelling down. The commandos are on the way. They have their guns up, ready to rock and roll. Right there, making entry into the oil vessel control room. So it looks like the whole thing was over rather quickly. So let's watch it again. We'll keep breaking out. So helicopters come in, ropes get thrown out. They drop into the deck, quickly move to their positions, point of domination, I believe it's called, begin clearing the vessel. And then here you can see them clearing the control room. Several members go in. Also, did I just see it say safety first on this ship? Right there. Does that say? It does. That's kind of funny that they have a safety first logo right there on the screen. You can see it. So I'm just going to let this video play as we break it down. So we used multiple helicopters to come in, storm the oil tanker, secure the oil tanker, cut off Venezuela's oil supplies, which of course is what the regime uses to fund itself. And again, you can see the commandos rushing in right here. This is a huge, huge move against Venezuela. As I said in the video released on Wednesday, December 10th, this is by far and away, this is way bigger than the boat strikes. Way bigger than the boat strikes, because the boat strikes, that's about blowing up drug boats, stopping drugs from getting into the United States of America. What you have here is we are going directly at the regime's lifeline, which is money. And we're saying, no, we're not going to tolerate it. Nope, you're not going to get any more oil out. We are sanctioning it. We are taking it. And we are not going to allow this to happen. And that leads me to, let's watch President Trump when he first announced what had happened. Let's watch him on the screen right here.
Well, thank you very much. It's been an interesting day from the standpoint of news. As you probably know, we've just seized a tanker on the coast of Venezuela, large tanker, very large. Largest one ever seized, actually. And other things are happening. So you'll be seeing that later, and you'll be talking about that later with some other people.
So that was President Donald Trump at a roundtable on Wednesday announcing that the oil tanker had been seized. And then he was also asked what is going to happen to it. Let's watch what he had to say.
What happens to the oil on this ship? Well, we keep it, I guess.
Where does it go? What port does it go to?
Well, you have to follow the tanker. You know, you're a good newsman. Just follow the tanker.
Do you know where it was going? Was it going
Follow
to
it.
China?
Get a helicopter and follow the tanker.
Is it true it's going to
But we're gonna, I assume we're gonna keep the.
Mr. President, on that jet.
And then right here, let's read some details about what happened. It says the U.S. has seized a sanctioned oil tanker off the coast of Venezuela. President Donald Trump said on Wednesday, a move that sent oil prices higher and sharply escalated tensions between Washington and Caracas. He says we've seized a tanker on the coast of Venezuela, large tanker, very large, largest one ever, actually, and other things are happening, Trump said. Asked what would happen with the oil, as we all just said, Trump said, we keep it, I guess. In response, the Venezuelan government, in a statement, accused the U.S. of blatant theft and described the seizure as an act of international piracy. The Venezuelan government said it would defend its sovereignty, natural resources, and national dignity with absolute determination, and denounced the seizure of the tanker before international bodies. Trump has repeatedly raised the possibility of U.S. military intervention in Venezuela. This incident was the first known action against an oil tanker since he ordered a massive military buildup in the region. The U.S. has already carried out several strikes against suspected drug vessels, which has raised concerns among lawmakers and legal experts. To be clear, doesn't raise a concern with me. Bridget, so I'm just seeing if we got anything down here. So no. So they seized it. It says Venezuela exported more than 900,000 barrels per day of oil last month, the third highest monthly average so far this year, as PDVSA, that's the government-controlled oil company, I believe, imported more naphtha to dilute its extra heavy oil output. Even as Washington increased pressure on Maduro, the U.S. had not previously moved to interfere with oil flows. So I'll pull that off the screen. So you just watched the video of American commandos in Black Hawk helicopters, rope propelling down onto the oil vessel, taking control of the oil vessel, taking those resources away from the Maduro regime. This is a move meant to choke the Maduro regime's money. We want to bankrupt them. We want them to have no cash. We want them to have no resources, no oil. This is one step below actually dropping the bombs. And now, hopefully, Maduro gets the message that he's not going to be allowed to stick around. We're coming for everything he has. We're coming for his oil. We're coming for his resources. We're coming for the regime. And he has no chance against the power of the United States military. So the question then becomes, does he flee on his own, or does he try to stick it out and then get killed in a potential war? That's what we're now waiting to see. But That's where I'll leave it as of this update on Thursday, December 11th. Let me know what you guys think of the video of them storming the oil tanker. Let me know in the comments below. I think it's pretty cool, but I want to know what you guys think. Let me know in the comments below. Please make sure to like and subscribe. Totally free. Cost you guys absolutely nothing at all. Hit the notifications bell. All notifications turned on. You won't miss a thing. And then right here, Instagram, David_Hookstead, X D Hookstead. That's where you can find me on social media. My DMs are wide open. Reach out with whatever you got. I'll see you all next time.